Hello and welcome, fellow Sinisters. My name is Jay, and this is my partner Peyton. Say hello, Peyton. Today is Sunday, but Mondays we are going to be trying to do true crime videos about different cases that we find. Thursdays are going to be about creepy stories or creepypastas. And we're going to try to do random days where if we have time, we're going to do Am I the Asshole videos or different Reddit stories. Feel free to give us recommendations for all of these different categories with the email that's provided in our channel if you would like to hear a certain story or case talked about. So let's crack open this cold case. Alright, so let's dig into Skylar Neese's backstory. Skylar Neese was the only child of Mary and Dave Neese. At the time, Mary Neese was working as an administrative assistant at a cardiac laboratory, and Dave was a product assembler at Walmart. Skylar was an honor student at University High School in Mongolia County and wanted to become a criminal defense attorney. During the evenings, she worked at Wendy's. Let's get into her friends Rachel and Sheila. Rachel was raised in a strict Catholic household, and her parents were on the edge of a divorce. After she joined the trio, her family had seen a shift in behavior. She kept good grades, but was sneaking out to smoke and regular teenage things. Sheila, parents had divorced when she was 4, and she had lived with her mother. Sheila had met Skylar at a children activity place called The Shack. Now let's deep dive a little bit further into their friendship. Skylar had known Sheila since they were 8. And Sheila and Rachel had met during their first year of high school. They first bonded over their shared experiences of having divorced parents. Rachel and Sheila had left Skylar and kicked her out during the spring of that year. Soon after, they had called Skylar and claimed they were sorry for what were happened and that they wanted to make up and become friends again. However, on the night she went missing, Skylar, propped up in her bedroom window open, snuck out to meet Sheila and Rachel. They often did this to go to the next town over and smoke. Her parents, Dave and Mary, had gone into her room the next morning, and when her job had called saying she hadn't shown up, which was very unusual for Skylar. After Sheila had heard her best friend Skylar went missing, she called Dave and Mary and told them that Skylar had snuck out with them, but they had dropped her back off around midnight, according to Sheila. Skylar had asked to be dropped off farther down the street so the road in the... anyway... the car wouldn't wake her parents.
On July 5th, 2012, Skylar Annette Neese snuck out with her 2 best friends, Sheila Eddy and Rachel Shove. They drove to the spot they smoked a lot. The 3 girls got out of the car and began socializing as they usually did. Sheila and Rachel claimed that they had forgotten to bring their lighter with them. Skylar said she would go to the car and grab the lighter. After turning her back to them, Sheila and Rachel then counted to 3. And on 3, Rachel Shove and Sheila Eddy attacked Skylar Neese and stabbed her to death. Skylar attempted to run, but didn't make it very far because Rachel had tackled her and continued to stab her, with Sheila following close behind. At some point during the murder, Neese managed to grab Rachel's knife from her and stab her above the ankle. Rachel claimed she stopped the attack after being injured, but that Sheila continued to stab Skylar until there was complete silence. After they were certain Skylar was dead, the teens attempted to bury Skylar's body but were unable to do so because the ground was too hard and rocky, so instead they covered her branches with dirt and leaves. The killers then changed out of their clothing, wiped themselves and the car down, and then left the scene.
In the medical examiner's report, Neese suffered over 50 stab wounds, including her neck and torso. The attack was fatal, and the body was concealed under branches and leaves, and when the body was found, it was severely decomposed, leaving only bone and teeth fragments to be found to identify the body.
After Skylar had gone missing, Sheila had helped Mary work through the neighborhood with all of the search parties. Investigator Jessica Colbank claimed Sheila was acting wrong and Rachel was scared to death. After Skylar disappeared, Rachel had started acting out violently, and according to peers, Sheila was the only one who could get through to her. After Skylar's disappearance, Sheila made it a priority to be emotional support for Dave and Mary by keeping up in their lives and constantly posting about how she missed her best friend. Until November that year, when she had tweeted, "No one on earth can handle me and Rachel. If you think you can, you're wrong." In December, Rachel's mom made a 911 call.
On January 3rd, when Rachel had been taken into police custody after the call made by her mother, she admitted that her and Sheila had a plot to kill Skylar for a month before acting on it, and the only reason why they went with her that night to smoke was to get rid of her.
Had confessed on January 3rd. They weren't able to take her into custody completely because Rachel was well known for the lying over the past few months after Skylar's disappearance. Them claiming that they wanted to get rid of her didn't seem too,
Out of the ordinary, considering
yes,
the circumstances.
Out of the ordinary. Thank you. Going back to Twitter posts from Skylar from July 4th of that year, 2012.
This was before the murder, keep in mind.
Yes. "Sick of being at fucking home. Thanks, friends. Loved hanging out with you all too." And then the night that Skylar Neese had gone missing and was murdered, she tweeted, "You doing shit like this is why I will never completely trust you."
We don't completely know the reason why Skylar necessarily posted these tweets, but we do and can infer that they are about Sheila and Rachel.
As far as they knew, Rachel was the only one in on it, and they had no further evidence to prove that, they did it at all. So they were able to roam free throughout the months. On March 13th, 2013, Sheila Eddy had posted on her Twitter, "Rest easy, Skylar. You'll always be my best friend. I miss you more than you could ever know." And on April 1st, 2013, she had posted, "We really did go on 3.
And if you remember from what we had previously told you in the story, they counted to 3 and then attacked Rachel.
In memory of Skylar Neese, a West Virginia state legislator produced a bill that would modify the classifications required for an Amber Alert. The bill proposed to issue an alert when any child is missing, no matter whether they were kidnapped or left on their own. There was a unanimous vote, and the law is now passed as Skylar's Law.
Now that we have the case laid out in front of you and you've heard the details of the case, we want to talk about the logistics of the case and how it played out in the real world. As we've already talked about, Skylar's Law became in effect. I think that's amazing. I think it's great that the government and different representatives saw the need for that this was an issue and that the police did not handle this case with the best care that they could have in the beginning. Again, we don't have much evidence, physical evidence, to prove Sheila and Rachel were involved in Skylar's murder, but we have entries online and in diaries and the confession that can lead to the thought of them being the murderers, of course.
And going back to the Twitter posts, there had been a Facebook post that Dave Neese had posted, and Sheila basically commented on it and saying, like, we'll find her. I just miss my best friend. And
they knew where Sheila was. They just didn't want to be found guilty.
You mean they knew where Skylar was?
Yeah. I'm sorry about that. 2 S names.
It's alright.
Anyways.
It's very early in the morning.
Yeah, it is. I just kind of want to talk about something else. I want to talk about Rachel's mental health. A lot of speculation that I've seen from Rachel about people who support Rachel and Shayla and say that she wasn't a part of the crime, but basically that she had a mental split. We can't confirm that. There were no public psychological analysis. We had heard and talked about how Rachel was having issues acting out, but we don't know if this is stemming from mental health issues or not.
Rachel had not had these problems. She was raised in a strict Catholic household, and they didn't notice changes until after she was in the trio. And that could stem from Sheila. Skylar was a very organized, a high honor roll student. She was very organized. She was the most caring person.
We do have pictures from the girls' not Instagram, but Twitter and different things like that. They do look very happy together. They've hung out a lot, as we can see, and these pictures that should be across your screen right now. And like I said, they all look very happy. So it's very weird to see that the outcome turned out like this. So it's very sad to see that a young life has been lost.
Like we said, Skylar and Sheila had been friends since they were 8. They
knew each other for a very long time.
They were the closest of friends, like the type of friendship where she wouldn't knock and she'd just come into her house whenever. They had sleepovers weekly.
It's crazy, man. I'm glad that Rachel did confess, but I don't know. It feels weird knowing the confession came from such a place of distress. It makes me think that maybe Sheila had more control over Rachel during the actual crime. Due to Rachel having mental health issues after that is why I would think that too. Most psychopaths or people that murder others, they don't have that feeling of remorse after. And I think by what we can read and infer, Rachel did, but I cannot tell, or I couldn't be able to say that for sure. Well, that's going to be all for today, my fellow Sinisters. If you would like, you can leave a comment below talking about your opinions or maybe your feelings towards a case. We would love to read your comments. And if you have any ideas, again, feel free to email us in the email in the description below. We are going to head out, but we will see you with another video, if not Thursday. But before that, have a great weekend.